Good evening, guys. This is Crypto Jarhead. Gonna have to cancel my live stream tonight. I got a little distracted. I was running around trying to get the wife's car fixed. There's just more. The more and more I dig into this car, the more and more I'm thinking about just dropping it and going out. I found a Chevy Equinox today for about $5,000. I think I might just kind of give up on this rinky-dink little Accord and pick that up for her instead, because at least that damn thing will run. It's just one thing after another with the Accord. But anyway, I was about to start my live stream and I saw Crypto Country Boy was streaming, so I jumped into his stream, and then I was talking to him for a little bit afterward and got distracted, and then now it's a little too late for me to be starting a stream. So, just going to do a quick video. I'm up to an entire ETH, and I was about to do another trade for about trying to buy in for a decent amount. And I was playing around with it, and I noticed that the amount of fine, I just did a trade for like 10,030 to sell my fine coin for this, 1 Ethereum, just a little bit over 1 Ethereum. And so I looked up here and saw that the price of ETH had dropped pretty damn low. It's been trading around like 650 to 700 the past few days, and it did dip down a little bit more yesterday. But it was still, just shy of 600, and it was below 500 today. So I do believe that I was able. I'm pretty sure that's when the sale of my fine coin went through, was when it, during that little dip. So I was able to get more Ethereum than I'd planned. I think it was a 0.87 or 0.78 Ethereum I was supposed to make off of that trade. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold off a little bit, especially because the price of fine has risen up a little bit. It's kind of in that gray area. I like to trade between sell around 60 cents and buy around 50 cents. That's how I've been doing most, the majority of my arbitrage trading. So, I might do, 57 cents, sell my fine coin for Ethereum, buy back in around 52 or 53, something like that. But, generally I'm looking to buy or sell my Ethereum for fine coin as close to 50 cents as I can get, and sell my fine coin for Ethereum at as close to 60 cents as I can get. And right now it's just shy of 55, so it's right in the middle of that spectrum. So it would have to jump up to like 62 or 3 cents really for me to be able to get a decent amount. But in the meantime, I'm going to hold off on putting in an order for now to try and, I think this price in Ethereum here, I think we're going to be seeing back up to 650 or 700 very soon, because it's usually, I've noticed Ethereum hovers right around 10% of the price of Bitcoin. Not like an absolute rule, but that seems to be about where it stays valued at. And if that holds true, then it should jump back up to $800 in the next day or two, as long as Bitcoin stays around $8,000. About the past month, it's been, 8 or 9% instead of 10, but that seemed to have been about where it was, holding right about where people seem to value Ethereum in relation to Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin dropped again, Ethereum dumped hard. So I'm hoping it'll recover soon, and I can, I've got a whole Ethereum, so if it jumps up another $150 or $200 the next couple of days, well, that's another 300 to 400 fine coin I can get, or get the same amount of fine coin that I was looking at picking up. So I was looking at trying to get, right around 1100 or so. Is 48 cents. So if I do, I do like a 1050, right around 50 cents, I should be getting about 1066. 0.8 fine, right? So, I mean, I might have to settle for like 51 or 52 cents, which obviously would be a little bit less. But I think, as long as I can get at least 1050 in fine coins off of this Ethereum, and then maybe send the rest to my wallet and pocket that couple $100. That's just more money in my pocket, right? Or, I can pick up an extra 300 to 400 fine just off the valuation of Ethereum. So for right now, I'm just going to practice a little bit of patience and not put in an order right now. Because I have noticed that, say if I put in this order, it'll lock in the number of tokens, right? Down here, the number of fine tokens I'm looking to buy and the price that I want to buy it for. And it will adjust the Ethereum spent or gained to keep true to that. You know what I'm saying? So if I do that now, if I put this order in right now, it would be available, but, let's say that Ethereum goes the other way, right, and falls in value, it'll still keep my fine, the price, and the total number that I want to buy, but it's going to use all of my Ethereum, and I will not get 1066. I'd get, whatever that would equate to, 900, 950, whatever. So just in case that happens, in case Ethereum falls instead of rises, I'm going to hold off on making this order right now. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had to put on my daddy hat for a little bit. So anyway, damn it, where was I? Say what you want about the Oracle, but he was right about that pause button. Ethereum, the price of Ethereum. Okay, so I'm guessing that I was actually at a very fortuitous time for my sell order of Finecoin to Ethereum, which, keep in mind, that's buying Ethereum on the site. Is Finecoin's a little backwards. I kind of dig it, but it is what it is. So I think I had fortuitous timing there as far as gaining more Ethereum. But what I'm going to be doing is I will be waiting for the appreciation on my Ethereum before I go ahead and buy back some more Finecoin. So as you can see here, it's already jumped up another $10. And another issue that I have with putting a buy order in right now, which of course, keep in mind, I can put in an order now and it's not going to go anywhere. The only problem with doing that is by the time the price of Fine is met that you put your order in at, you don't know what the price of Ethereum is going to be. Sometimes that works to your advantage, like it did for me. And sometimes it works at a disadvantage, if you put up one Ethereum and you're expecting to get, whatever, that Ethereum was valued at $700, so you're expecting to get around 1,400 fine coins, and then by the time it hits your 50-cent price point for that, Ethereum's only worth 550. Well, now you just lost out on 300 fine coins, brother. Which maybe if you'd waited until the price of fine was closer to 50 cents, you'd be like, okay, well, Ethereum's dropped $100 in value. Maybe I'll just wait a little bit before I do. I don't know. It's up to you. It's when you're doing this, there's a lot of shit that's entirely on you. How you feel about it at the current moment. What you're seeing in your graph, what you're seeing, what you are seeing in the numbers. Right? Because when you do this kind of stuff, you're going to learn to look at the numbers and you're going to kind of get like a feel for the ebb and flow of the market. Now, of course, that's entirely in your gut and you can be wrong. Wrong as hell. But right now, my point is, right now, my gut is telling me to just wait. Wait for Ethereum to come back up in value a little bit before you do that. And I'm also considering doing, I sold 1,030 fine coins to get this Ethereum. So I'm considering doing, a buy order for maybe 1,100 fine coins. And then the rest of the Ethereum that's left over, go ahead and withdraw that. Put that in my pocket. Fuck it, why not? I'm still gaining more fine coin than I had on my last trade. And I'm putting money in my pocket. Why not? The other thing that I could do is, say if it's, let's say, for example, Ethereum goes back up to $700. What I could do is that's a $150 price difference, $160 price difference. So if I bought in at 50 cents, that's an extra 320 fine coins that I could have. That's not a bad day, especially if fine coin hits $1. That's an extra $320, which is probably more than I would pull out right now. But, no one knows if it's going to go to $1 or not. No one knows. I don't know. I do believe it will. I absolutely believe that we'll be looking at this a couple months from now and thinking and wishing that we could still get in for 50 cents. But it's crypto. Anything can happen. So there's about a 99% chance that I will just go ahead and try and purchase right around 1,100 fine coins. Maybe I'll do like 1,110. Who knows? And then pocket the difference, just because, it's good to have a little bit of money in your pocket. Once it's in your pocket, it doesn't matter if fine coin goes away or not. You've got money in your pocket. This is just things that you have to keep in mind, that you have to, choices that only you can make. Whether or not you do any of this arbitrage shit, it's also a choice that you can make. It's perfectly fine to maybe just throw it into, they don't have short-term staking in Finecoin. They just have hosted staking. But, it'd be perfectly fine also to just hold on to your Finecoin and wait for the price to hit a certain price point that you want and start a stake. It's up to you, man. It's your money. If you're going to do that, I would suggest doing it sooner rather than later, because Finecoin's already been around for a little while. And you're going to want to have, let's go see, because I believe these guys are paying out around, I don't have any. So these guys are paying a sustainable bonus rate. Okay, so they're not doing the 1.5%. They're doing, looks like they're averaging right around 5% a day. Probably about 5.4 would be the average of those numbers. Just a quick, that's kind of what it looks like to me. So keep in mind, guys, you're looking at about 15% of your initial investment a month or so. And at that rate, you're looking at right around a 6.5 month return on your investment. So keep that in mind when you're doing a stake, that it's going to be a while before you start getting a profit off of that stake. Now, you'll be getting interest every day. That's different. Interest is interest, profit is profit. Until you reach, say you stake $10,000 worth of Finecoin, until you pull out $10,000 in a nickel, you haven't made a profit yet off of, like, if you're doing true staking. Like, if you put 10 grand into it, start to stake that day, right? Now, if we're talking about ICO winnings, that's completely different. So say you put, whatever, $500 into this thing, you got into it at 50 cents, and you ended up starting your staking at $10. That's a 10. Then there's your $10,000. So the minute you pull out $500 and a penny off of here, now you're in the profit. The big, huge $10,000 number, that's their money. That's not your money. But just keep it in mind, guys. There's a lot of things that you can do with these programs. So before you do anything, think it through. Speaking of programs, Y'all laughed at me when I was singing Chrysos praises for being steady as a rock, unaffected by the price of Bitcoin. No, Chrysos doesn't give a shit. They're in their yogurt. They don't care. Let the rest of the world eat cake. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. Anyway, there has been some news from Chrysos land. They are going to be doing a huge change. They kind of had like this little thing down here. You may experience some changes in the return value, yada yada. But the Oracle came back with a video today showing an email. Now, it was pulled down before I got the chance to watch it. So everything I'm relaying now is what I've heard from people who did watch the video. But they're saying that there was an email from Chrysos that they were going to be forwarding to the rest of their investor base at some point today, detailing the changes. They're going to go from $14 per Chrysos to $2, and then they're going to open up the exchanges. Now, I really, really hope that they don't lock the damn price at $2 because people, I wouldn't buy a locked token price, man. I like to speculate a little bit on prices. That's what I like to do. And if you've watched many of my videos, this shouldn't be a surprise. I like to gamble a little bit with, these tokens. Now, but they're gonna lock it to change it to $2, and hopefully they don't lock it at $2. I hope they just start the baseline at $2 and then let the market decide the price from there. Their internal exchange is going to go. They're going to open up Ethereum, and there was one other currency. I think it might have been Ripple, but like I said, I didn't see the email. But there's going to be multiple currencies that you can exchange for your Chrysos tokens, and they're targeting external exchanges. So all of that is good news. All of that should bring some freaking volume back because this goddamn penny is like a slap in the face, man. I would almost rather see zero volume in 24 hours than a penny. Because that just, why, dude? Why? So it looks like there is life in Chrysos after all. My loans are still, kind of stuck. I am getting interest on the third loan that I started, but the first two, I have not seen an interest payment from them in a month. Now, this has happened to me a couple times before with Chrysos, and I usually, every other time it's happened, I have eventually gotten all the interest. It'll just, one day it'll all show up. So I'm really, really hoping that all that interest comes back before they change whatever they're going to change, because honestly, I don't know how they're going to change up, pull money away from this payout here, because there have been some people that have been able to exchange their Chrysos tokens for Bitcoin and then send that Bitcoin off of Chrysos' website, so those guys are lucky, that they were able to sell their tokens, or, a 1/100th of a token or whatever it is. But the point being, money has already left the website, so I don't really know how they can really do, adjust this. But I'm really hoping that the interest on my first two loans kicks back in before they change the price to $2, because if I've got, I went ahead and did a little bit of math, I should be up, to right 430 something in returns. And so if I've got $430 in this little green number here, and they drop the price to $2, then I'll go ahead and actually what I would do, unless it's locked at $2, which would be really silly. I really hope they don't do that. But honestly, I think a lot of people are going to just sell immediately, which I can't blame them. They've waited 2 months now for Chrysos to do something, and they want to get some of their money off, which I get it. I totally understand it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait for the price to drop like it will when people are, panic selling. I'm going to wait for the price to drop down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see, right around like Monix or Monetize, whichever one of those. I think it was Monetize was like 5 cents. I wouldn't be surprised to see something around there, around that price. To be honest with you, just because, not because I don't have faith in the platform, but because I don't think many people do. So I think the price is going to drop down significantly. So I'm going to wait for it to. I'm going to wait for it to kind of hit like near that bottom there, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull this withdrawal button and convert that to Chrysos tokens, because if it's at 5 cents and I've got, whatever, $500, we'll say, in here, that's a lot of Chrysos tokens, boys. That is a lot of Chrysos tokens. That's like 10,000 Chrysos tokens. Which I never would be able to have gotten bought. So at that point, why not wait for it to hit like a nickel, cash out what you can, or if it hits, whatever, a quarter, fuck it, that's still a couple thousand Chrysos tokens, and then just, maybe sell a few of them, I'm not actually in this for any of my own money. I got a couple of referrals from Thorn, and I took the Bitcoin from the Thorn referrals and used that to get into Chrysos with. So Thorn paid my way in here. I mean, if I can pull out $50, then that's a win for me. But I understand not everyone is in that situation. I get that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get as many Chrysos tokens as I can when I hit this withdrawal button. I'm not going to put more money into Chrysos. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to get as many tokens as I possibly can. I will sell a few of them, put a little bit of money in my pocket. And then, I'll just wait for it to hit, back up to $1 or $2 before I maybe throw in another, maybe lend half and sell half or something. I don't really know because this is like a platform coming back to life. So it's not really something I don't really know how the market's going to react to Chrysos now. So we'll see. Luckily, I don't have to make that decision right now, right today. There's time for me to kind of mull it over and think about it. But the big important news is that Chrysos is moving. There's life in Chrysos again, which is awesome. I'm very excited about that. I got a couple of good friends of mine that are in Chrysos pretty heavily, so I wanted to succeed for them more than for me, but it's still exciting for me. I mean, shoot, if I can get 10,000 Chrysos tokens, I'd be pretty happy, even if they're only worth 15 cents each or whatever, So that will about do it for this video. I am sorry that I couldn't do the live stream today. I just got distracted. It's a long, crazy week, long, crazy weekend. Next week is Easter, so I'll try and carve out a little slice of my Saturday to do a stream for you guys, because I do really enjoy doing that stuff. I just when I'm tired and every like 10-15 minutes something else pops up, it's just I just need I need a good solid hour set aside to start a stream just in case it goes that long. If it doesn't go that long, it doesn't go that long, whatever. But I need a good chunk of time where I don't have anything planned, don't have anything popping up. And it's kind of hard for me in my life to get that going. But I will be doing streaming soon. I was talking to Crypto Country Boy, after his live stream, and he had mentioned having me on his show as a guest panel discussion, and that sounds very interesting. I very much would enjoy something like that. I really like him. He's a good guy. Even though he was in the Army, no one's perfect. But he's a very good guy. He was a medic, so I can't hate on that at all. You know, the medics and the corpsmen are a completely different breed, and we all need them, you know, for the service members. You know, we all understand that. But that's about going to wrap this up for today. I am going to go ahead. You know, I don't know if you guys really like the fluff or not, but I really do. I've been watching a lot of motivational videos, and this guy, I'm going to butcher his name, Mateus M. I like him a lot. I've subscribed to his channel. He's got some really good motivational videos. I like watching them when I'm a little bit down. And it's not just, you know, not just crypto stuff, but for anything really. So let me know what you guys think of the fluff, if you guys like it or not. Because I don't have to include these in my videos. I'm still going to watch them regardless of if I put them in a video or not. But let me know if you guys like it or not, and if you want me to keep doing this.
I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream, that dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. That some of you already know that it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. That in the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself and say, God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why did this have to happen to me? For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. Their rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, godlike feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us.
It's very important for you to believe that you are the one. Most people, they raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop stretching, they stop pushing themselves. That a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. And most people don't work on their dreams. Why? One is because of fear. The fear of failure. What if things don't work out? And the fear of success. What if they do and I can't handle it? These are not risk takers.
You spend so much time with other people. You spend so much time trying to get people to like you. You know other people more than you know yourself. You studied them. You know about them. You want to hang out like them. You want to be just like them. And you know what? You've invested so much time in them, you don't know who you are. I challenge you to spend time by yourself.
It's necessary that you get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dream. But people who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning.
When you become the right person, what you do is you start separating yourself from other people. You begin to have a certain uniqueness. As long as you're following other people, as long as you're being a copycat, you will never ever be the best copycat in the world. But you will be the best you could be. I'm telling you to define your value.
That everybody won't see it. That everybody won't join you. That everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that you are an uncommon breed. It's necessary that you align yourself with people and attract people into your business who are hungry, people who are unstoppable and unreasonable, people who are refusing to leave life just as it is and who want more. The people that are living their dream of finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams are the people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them.
If you want to be more successful, if you want to have and do stuff you ain't never done before, number two, I'm asking you to invest in you. To invest in you.
someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. That you don't have to go through life being a victim. And even though you face disappointments, you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself.
This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Period.
No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it.
I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities.
And some of you right now, you want to be, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to the next level. I want to counsel. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. Listen to me. You can't get to that level. You can't get to the level economically where you want to be until you start investing in your mind. You're not reading books. I'm challenging y'all to go to conferences. I dare you to invest time. I dare you to be alone. I dare you to spend an hour getting to know yourself. When you become who you are, when you become the person that you were created to be, designed to be who you were designed to be, when you become an individual, what you do is you take yourself and you start separating yourself from other people. I challenge you to get to a place where people don't like you, it don't even bother you no more. Why? Because you're not concerned with trying to make them happy, because you're trying to blow up. You're trying to get to the next level. I need you to invest in your mind. Invest in your mind. If you still talk about your dream, if you still talk about your goal, but you have not done anything, just take the first step.
That you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way. Don't let nobody steal your dream. After we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win. You can live your dream.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Have a good night. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you were all safe on St. Patty's. And happy hunting, wolves.